uh, recording the meeting now. And just give me a few seconds. I'm trying to be live on YouTube as well, so it's taking some time. Yeah, it's done now. Okay. So let me start the recording now. Hello, everyone. Very good morning. And today is the last date of this year 2022. On this last year, we want to learn something new, something extra, and we want to go to the new year with this enhanced knowledge. For that purpose, I have kept this session. So let's go and start this. Hope you were able to see this PPT, and under the agenda, let me write it over here, what's I'm going to cover. So all important T codes used in the ALE IDOC. This we are going to cover all the T codes. Then end to end configuration steps. So just theoretically I'll be covering. I'm not going to show practically because my system is not working, and that will be time taking also. It's not possible in one class, So, but you will get one idea, you will get overview. So end to end configuration steps for ALE. And before looking into these all important T codes, we will be also discussing what is ALE, IDOC. And now what else? Important T codes we have written, end-to-end configuration steps also we have written. And then maybe we'll be going through some debugging, tricks or debugging related knowledge. How to debug the IDOC. There are two types of IDOC, inbound IDOC and outbound IDOC. To debug both kind of IDOC, we have the different approaches. I will be talking the basic idea. I'll be talking the brief idea about those, how we can debug that. So hope the agenda is clear for everyone. And now let's go and start with the first part. What is ALE IDOC? Here. So see, can you tell me what ALE stands for? So ALE stands for Application Link Enabling. Application Link Enabling. This is what ALE stands for. And ALE is possible between two SAP systems only, like if you have to send the data to and fro. So this is one SAP system and this is another SAP system. All right. So this is how you can do two or more than two SAP system. The mandatory thing is over here, like it is possible to get connect only with the SAP system. It is possible between only SAP to SAP. Like that means it is not possible between SAP to non-SAP. This is not possible. Only SAP to SAP is possible. This is one important point which you should know, basically. I hope it's clear what I'm trying to tell over here. And you can have multiple SAP system, SAP 1, SAP 2, SAP 3, SAP 4. And if you want to send one IDOC into multiple SAP system, this is also possible with the help of ALE technology, Application Link enabling technology, right? ALE. A stands for what? Tell me. Application. L stands for link, right? And E stands for enabling. So application, link, enabling, right? So what you learned till now, ALE stands for application, link, enabling. It is possible between only SAP to SAP. Between SAP to non-SAP, not possible this ALE technology. Then what is the technology for? Now the question is, what is the technology for SAP to non-SAP, right? You might be thinking, correct? So what is the technology for this? The one is the EDI you can use, or with the help of middleware, right? If you have a middleware, then with the help of that, you can transfer the data from SAP to non-SAP system, or you can use the EDI or maybe some directly file transfer kind of stuff you can do. So with the help of middleware, when we tell, then PI or XI, that means the process integration or exchange infrastructure. So SAP PI or SAP XI, these are the same product, these are the, earlier it was PI, the name was PI. Now the name got changed to XI, okay? So like that. So earlier it was PI, now it's a SAP XI, exchange infrastructure. So with the help of middleware, you can have SAP PI or SAP XI, or you can have another third-party software like Informatica, maybe a TIBCO, like that. Any third-party tool is also fine, any kind of middleware. This is the SAP middleware product name. Got it now? Fine. Let's go and discuss now about the ALE. Okay. So ALE. The second point, we have written the important T codes, right? So let's go and discuss about the important T codes. All the important T codes. When I'm going to start, I would like you to first write what are the T codes you know about the ALE IDOC. So just write here in the chat box. And if you're watching from the YouTube, just write there in the comment box. Okay. What are the T codes you know already about the ALE IDOC? Very good, Ramesh. W02, J is writing W31. Then Viresh W19, W20, W02. Good. Superb. Pramesh W02, W05, W09, W19, BD87. Superb. Pramesh Gauri W05, W30, WE82. Okay, good. W02, W30, W81. Superb, superb. Very good. Thank you for writing this extensive list over here. And let me write the list of T codes over here, and I will explain the use of this. And when again we are going to discuss the end-to-end configuration, the third point, there this T code is going to be very much helpful. So the first T code, to explore the IDOC, to explore the IDOC. What you have? WE02, right? And what is the another T code with the help of which we can, search out the IDOC? You have 5 seconds to write it over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Superb. W05 and W09. Yeah, both is perfect. WE05, we can write. WE09 is for the purpose of searching a specific IDOC, So WE09 also you can write, but mostly like, WE02 and WE05 for the purpose of exploring the IDOC we use. Like if you have to get the list of IDOC based upon the normal simple criteria, just by giving the message type, the basic type, the date and time, This WE02 and WE05 we use. WE09, this is very powerful T code and very useful, this is WE09. So WE09, like to search the IDOC based on the segment data. Like if you want to search the IDOC based upon the segment data, WE09 is the T code with the help of which we can search a specific IDOC. So WE09 is very powerful T code. Okay. Now another question over here. What is the T code to create the segment? Like if you want to create one IDOC, so in order to create the IDOC, what we have? First we create, let me write it over here. First we create segment. Let's suppose you have to develop a custom IDOC, okay? So first we create the segment, then we assign this segment to the basic type. Then this basic type, what we do? We assign to the message type. Then this message type we assign to the function module, right? Then this function module we assign to the process code. So this is the normal, uh, configuration we do. This is the basic configuration for the purpose of preparing IDOC. Apart from that, like you have to do some configuration setting. This is to transfer the data. This segment carries the data. In segment, you can have multiple fields which will hold the data. Okay, so once you create the segment, then you will have to assign the basic type. Then you will have to assign that basic type to message type. Then you have to create one inbound function module. If you have, like for the purpose of receiving, for the purpose of sending the data, we should have the outbound function module, or outbound program. So depends, so for the purpose of receiving the data, we have the inbound function module, and then we create a process code. Actually, this is not the type, it's a code which we create. For the inbound process code, we have WE42, and for the outbound process code, we have the WE41. Fine. So we'll not go into that. Let's first we will try to understand this particular stuff, and then we will see the end-to-end configuration. But hope you got some idea. When we create the message type, you know that we are having the segment, right? So segment, basic type, message type, function module, then it will be assigning to the process code. Then we go to the partner profile and all those things, right? So now the another question over here. If you have to create a segment, okay, if you have to create a segment, what is the T code which we are going to use? Very good, WE31. So to create the segment, we have WE31. Okay, now to create the basic type, tell me what is the T code which you have to create the basic type. Just type here in the comment box. You have 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. To create the basic type, you have WE30. Okay. Then to create the message type, what you have the T code, guys? WE81. Superb. WE81. Then in which T code you assign the message type to basic type? To assign the message type to basic type. WE82. Very good. WE82 is the T code. One thing you should know, like let's suppose we are going to configure, right, from SAP1 to SAP2 system. So this basic type, segment, message type, all these things should be done in both the system. Okay, in SAP1 also and in SAP2 also. Means whatever segment you have in SAP1 system, the same segment you have to create in SAP2 also. Whatever you have the basic type over here created, the same basic type you have to create in SAP2 system also. Okay, so both the systems should have the same segment and same basic type and same message type. The definition is going to be same. The inbound function module here in SAP2 will be different, and the outbound program here in SAP1 will be different. But the IDOC point of view, from IDOC point of view, the segment, basic type, message type, these are going to remain same. This you should know. So all these steps which I have written it over here, this is true for both the system. In both the system, we should have this one. Now, clear? Is it clear till now here? If it's clear, just type capital C. Okay. So we have seen some T code over here. Now let's go and see some more T codes. See, whenever we are going to, you know, uh, debug the IDOC, then we are going to use the two important T codes. One is for the inbound function module. So debug the inbound IDOC. Inbound IDOC. We have two important T codes. One is the BD87 and another is the WE19. To debug the inbound IDOC, we have two important two codes. One is the BD87 and another is the WE19. In interview, there is one very important question that what's the difference between BD87 and WE19? So the difference between BD87 and WE19 is that BD87, it does not, like when you are going to reprocess the failed IDOC, right? When you are trying to troubleshoot the failed IDOC with the help of BD87, it will not create the duplicate IDOC, so it will not create the duplicate IDOC when you reprocess. Okay. And WE19, what it will do? It will create the duplicate IDOC when you are going to reprocess. So BD87 is this, WE19 is this. Is the important difference, because BD87 does not create the duplicate IDOC. You can use this in your production system, because see what happens that in production system, if you're going to use W19, it will create one extra IDOC, right? And that is not good for audit purpose. Your auditor will ask what is the purpose of this extra IDOC, right? So for audit and compliance, due to audit and compliance, this W19 generally is not used in the production system. Okay, we use the BD87 because it does not create the extra IDOC. WE19, because it creates the duplicate IDOCs, while reprocessing, we don't use in production. We don't use in production. Why? Because audit and compliance team will be able to see the extra IDOC and they will ask like again, why you are sending again the same data? Why you are posting again the same data, right? And from audit and compliance perspective, this is not good. Okay, so that's why this is the main difference. Actually, WE19, it will create the extra IDOC, duplicate IDOC. BD87 will not create any kind of extra IDOC or duplicate IDOC. This is the important difference. So tell me in production, which transaction you are going to use? Type here in the comment box. In production, what kind of IDOC you are going to use, what kind of T code you are going to use for the purpose of troubleshooting the inbound IDOC. Super. BD87. Very good. Very good. BD87. And in you know test and development system, you can use what? BD87 and WE19 both. In test and development system, you can use WE19 and BD87. Any kind of T code is fine. See, Using W19 is quite easier. Like if you have to find out the inbound function module and all, there itself you can get it easily. Okay. Now, another important T code which you should know about WE57. What is the use of this? So if you want to find out the inbound function module related with the message type, okay, you want to debug inbound IDOC. For that purpose, you are trying to find out the inbound function module related with that message type. Okay, so how to find out? One way, you can go to the W19 transaction and you can try to reprocess, and there on top, actually right hand side, a standard inbound kind of button will be there. If you click over there, most of the time you will get from there itself the inbound function module. Okay, if you don't, if you are not able to find, W57, you can go to, there are so many ways. Here I'm discussing just few ways. Yeah, I have one course of ALE IDOC that maybe you can go it, or here on YouTube itself you will find the ALE IDOC playlist, that also you can refer, like if you want to learn IDOC in depth. Okay, so that you can go and learn from there. Here just I'm talking about these two and giving an overview so that you will be having some idea at least. So W57 is the T code from where you can give the message type, and based upon the message type you can find out the inbound function module. Okay, so this is one very important T code. In interview also they ask, like if you have to find out the inbound function module, what are the techniques? So there are several. Out of those, at least this technique you can tell W57 or maybe W19. Okay, so W57, what is the use of this? With the help of this, you can find the inbound FM assigned to a particular what? Assigned to a particular uh, message type and basic type combination. So if you want to find a particular function module which is responsible for executing the inbound IDOC, that you can get from this WE57. Okay, so BD87, WE19 also we have seen, WE57 also we have seen, right? These are some important T codes which is important to know. Okay, these are very frequently used T codes, and most of the times we are going to use this one. Now there is one more T code which is BD64. BD64. Another T code SM59. Okay, another T code, you have the WE21 and W20. These are also important T code from the configuration point of view. BD64 for distribution model, and SM59 is for purpose of RFC function module. WE21 for the purpose of creating the port. Sorry, this is RFC, not RFC function model. This is the RFC destination. If you have to create the RFC destination, we use the SM59. Okay, W21 for the purpose of creating the port, and W20 for the purpose of creating the partner profile. Okay, so these are the important T code. Let's go to the configuration part. So hope you were able to understand some of the T codes over here, right? Now let's go and try to understand what are the steps we are going to follow in order to develop. So let's suppose this is SAP one system. and here we have the SAP2 system. So this is very important part of this particular class, and this is going to give you the idea what are the configuration we are supposed to perform in order to, okay, in order to, in order to, you know, uh, transfer the data from SAP1 system to SAP2 and vice versa with the help of IDOC. So ALE configuration steps. So very first step, what you have to do, there is a transaction called cell. You have to go into the cell, and there you will have to create the logical system. You'll have to define the logical system. Okay. So you'll have to define the logical system. So in cell transaction, you have to go and there you define the logical system. Then you assign the client to the logical system. Okay. This is the second step. So through the cell transaction itself, you will get this option over there. And the same steps which we are doing, the same steps here also you'll have to follow. Define the logical system. So for this SAP1, for this SAP2, for the same system we define the logical system. Okay. Here also for the same system we define the logical system. Okay. And whatever the client we want to use for the purpose of data transfer, that also we assign in the next step. Once it is done, what we have to do, see, we'll have to go and create the RFC destination. So in the third step, create the RFC destination using the SM59 T code directly. Then, like, we don't remember all those T codes. Cell transaction is one place transaction. Like, this is a single transaction with the help of most of the T codes. Like, I think create the RFC destination also, that option you will get over there, you know, under the cell transaction. I will be showing you that in practical. This uh, I have the system data and all is not there. All those things is not there, but yes, I'll be showing you this part at least. Okay. So fourth is over here. See, from SAP1 to SAP2 system, I want to send the data. So in SAP2, you don't have to create the RFC destination. In SAP1, we have to create the RFC destination for SAP2 system. Okay. So create the RFC destination for SAP2 system, because you are sending the data from SAP1 to SAP2. If you have to send the data from SAP2 to SAP1, then here also you'll have to create the RFC destination for SAP1. And here the logical system you are creating for this system itself. Okay. For this system itself, in which you are defining here for this system, here for this system client. Okay. So this is the third step. Third step here is not required. Then you can go and create the port. So port is, this is a technical term which will be helping for the purpose of communication. Okay. This is a port which will let you know at from which place exactly the data need to be transferred, right? So port WE21. Once you create the port, you have to go and define the partner profile. WE20 is the partner profile. There you will get the two tabs, inbound and outbound. Okay. So based upon, like, for here, it's the SAP1. This is, you know, say this SAP1 will send the IDOC to the SAP2 system, right? SAP1 will be sending the IDOC to the SAP2 system. So this IDOC will be outbound IDOC for SAP1, and the same IDOC is going to be, you know, the inbound IDOC for SAP2 system. So based upon the number range, you know, let's suppose the IDOC number over here is 1. Outbound IDOC number is 1. Based upon the number range availability in this SAP1, the IDOC number will be generated. But the same IDOC content and everything, when it will come over here, this ALE layer will generate the corresponding inbound IDOC, and this IDOC number, it is not necessary to be same, but the IDOC over here will be known as the inbound IDOC. So here IDOC is going to remain same, their number can be changed, IDOC number can be sent, but the IDOC content is going to be exactly same. How it is there in SAP1, the same content it is going to be there in SAP2. Here it will be known as the outbound IDOC, and here from this point of view it will be known as the inbound IDOC. Here the IDOC number can change based upon the number range availability, and here the IDOC number can change. So this IDOC number can be here, if it's 1, maybe here it is possibility that it can be 2, or it is also possible that the both number can be same also, so like that. So this IDOC is going to be inbound IDOC for this, but the same IDOC is going to be outbound IDOC for this SAP1 system. So this is what the outbound IDOC and inbound IDOC. Now in WE20, so here also in the third step, okay, in the third step, what you have to do, that you can go and create what, tell me. In the third step, see, at this moment, what you have done, at this moment you have created port, you have created partner profile once. So this is like the mandatory, you know uh, configuration which we are supposed to perform. Here also you have to come and you have to define the partner profile. So WE20, you have to come and you have to define this partner profile for the inbound also. Okay, I think here in the receiver system port is not mandatory, but here in sender system port will be mandatory. Okay, so this I will check and confirm here, either this port is mandatory or not, but partner profile is mandatory for both the system. Okay, this is mandatory, this is mandatory, this is again mandatory. SM59 is not mandatory over here. I think WE21 will have to create here as well, and then the WE20. Okay, we can keep it like this, and this is the stuff from the configuration point of view. Now for creating now you'll have to create the segment so that you can send the data, right? So for the basic type, sorry, for you'll have to create the segment, just we have discussed some 10 minutes back, like that. For the segment creation, you will have to use the WE31, then you'll have to create the port for the, sorry, you'll have to create the basic type, and for this you'll have to go and use the WE30. Then you'll have to assign this basic type to message type in WE82. So first you'll have to create the message type. So message type creation happens in where, which transaction, tell me? WE81. And basic type to message type, which transaction? WE82. Okay, so like that. And again the inbound function module assignment, this is going to happen in WE57. So inbound function module, it's going to happen in WE57. Okay, so this is, and again like the process code, inbound process code, WE42. So this is the outbound, so you'll have to use the WE41. So here one thing over here, like the inbound function module and inbound process code, this is WE42. This is applicable for inbound IDOC. Here it's you'll have to do all these things. is also need to perform over here. Okay. Here, outbound process code will have to create outbound process code WE41, and then outbound program. And in outbound program, you have to use one function module called master IDOC distribute. This you will have to use, with the help of which you are going to generate the IDOC. This is the standard FM which you are going to use. And what else? Inbound function module. You'll have to register the inbound function module as well. So there is a T code where you have to register the inbound function module. Let me check. I think you have BD51. Okay. So you have the BD51. That is the T code which we have to use. So when you create the function module, so one function module you have to create the inbound function module for the purpose of processing the data. So when the data is going to come from IDOC, when the data is going to come from SAP1 system using the IDOC into the SAP2 system, those data need to be processed, right? And how you are going to process? With the help of inbound function module. So you'll have to create the function module by going into the SC37, right? So create the inbound function module for the purpose of processing the IDOC data, and for this purpose, so this you will be doing with the help of SC37, and you have to register the function module. You have to register the FM using BT51. So this is the T code where you'll have to go and register. So these are the complete steps which you need to follow. Okay. So I can understand it might not be very much clear for you, because this is more practical. This should be more practical session, in fact, but I won't be able to show you practical. It's time taking, this practical session. It will be a time taking, so that won't be possible. But yes, let me show you something over here from the system. What is the sale transaction and all, how you can use that. Here you can go to the sale transaction, and hope you are able to see this screen. Okay, I'm sharing my system. See, under the basic settings you can come, and then under the logical system, define logical system. You can you can do this logical. See, already many logical system people have uh you know determine. And once the logical system, so whatever the logical system you are going to create, that will be the name for this current system, right? So what's this current system is over here? So see, this system is NSP system, right? That means for this NSP system, I want to give the logical name. So this is what actually we are trying to do it. So this current system and the next system, both we can define it over here, and that's it. This is the step you'll have to follow, and then after you'll have to assign for this system and for the destination system. Both you can define it over here, so that both the system can understand each other. This is the important point over here. So for both the system SAP1 and SAP2, we can define the logical system, we can assign to the corresponding client, so that the system can understand to each other. Under the communication, you can see that create RFC connection. This option is also there, means SM59. We can use this, and the first option. Then this is the IDOC administration. This is the inbound SOAP for IDOC. That's fine. Perform automatic workflow customizing. That is the different options. So different options you can see over here we have, but the two important options like that, define logical system and assign logical system to client, we can go to the sale transaction, and from there we can follow it. So this is what I had with me to share. If you have any question, just you can go ahead and you can ask the question. If you have any question over here, any question if you have, just let me know and I will try to help with you with the answer. So if you have any question, just go ahead. In case if you don't have the question, no problem. I'm done. This is what I wanted to share, at least the basic stuff. And of course, this is like a big topic actually. We will be having the change pointer concept, uh, you have the different troubleshooting, like how to troubleshoot the outbound IDOC, how to troubleshoot the inbound IDOC. So there are so many concepts difference. Okay, let me give you the answer over here one by one. BDCP2 table is having any relations with IDOC? Yes, BDCP2 we use for the purpose of change pointer. It have the change pointer. Change pointer means it captures the change log, and based upon the job, so we schedule a job RBDPM IDOC. RBDM IDOC. There is a program. Let me show you that program. That /n SC38 RBDM IDOC. So this is the program you have to schedule in the backend with the message type, and whatever the log is going to get captured in the BDCP2, that will be taken and processed and sent with the help of IDOC. So we have a function module also, change pointer read. We have a function module change pointer read, and this is very extensively used function module for the purpose of processing, for the purpose of capturing the log, for the capturing the log data, like means the change data. Let's suppose you have already a purchase order, existing purchase order. You have already one existing purchase order and you want to find out the log for the change of that purchase order, right? And something extra is going to be changed. So that change, if you want to transfer from one system to another system, we have a function module called change pointers read. This is the function module. Yeah. This function module we use for the purpose of reading the change log, and BDCP2 is the table to store the change pointer log. Okay, so see here, this is the change pointers. So earlier actually BDCP and BDCPS table we used to use, but now both combined and got together in the single table BDCP2. Okay. Difference between ALE and IDOC. See, ALE is a technology which enables IDOC to send the data from one SAP system to another SAP system. So ALE is a technology. ALE is a technology in the SAP system. Okay, and it works only between the two SAP system. IDOC is a container, intermediate document. IDOC. I stands for intermediate, doc stands for document, intermediate document. Okay, so IDOC is a container which contains the data and sends the data, means which carries the data, in fact. So IDOC carries the data and from one system to another system. AL is a technology. Okay, so EDI FCT table is, this is for EDI purpose. You may in ALE, IDOC, Medicos have covered change pointers and IDOC extensions. Change pointers, I think it's there. I'm not sure. I need to check. I have forgot the syllabus. You can check out the content over there, but end-to-end configuration is there. That is covered over there. This I'm not sure about the change pointer, if it is covered in detail or not. Basic overview I have given as I remember. And IDOC extension, I think it's not that. I need to check that, or you can go and check it out, or maybe I will take you through that course so that you will be having the idea. So let's come here. and go to that course, ALE IDOC Medici. But you don't worry, like, if not, something is not covered, you can ask in the inner circle call, which we have regularly on every Sunday. And there I'll be covering, like, let's suppose if it is not covered, some IDOC extension or IDOC reduction, you know. So that I will be covering, means I will explain those. So this is the course, ALE IDOC, this particular course. And you can also try, like, if anyone of you are willing to get any of these courses, 20% discount is going, and it will be valid till 5th January. So here also I think it will be applicable. I'm not sure because it's just 999, but you can check it once by applying the coupon here also if you can get it. And let me see, this is what definition: YLE IDOC configuration in detail described, sender system configuration in detail. So this is like in practical I have shown receiver system configuration in practical, outbound program, inbound function module, and troubleshooting in binary array. So no IDOC reduction and change pointer, it's not there. But if you want, what I will do, that I will cover in the inner circle call. You'll have to attend and you have to ask this question. I will cover this particular topic. Any topic, like if you want me to cover related with this courses which I am having, I'll be covering it over there because I'm having the good command of these courses. So this is what I can let you know at this moment over here, and I'm done with this session. Hope you were able to learn something. Not much. Today is the last day of this year, right? And I just wanted to make sure that we keep on learning something every day, right? Most of the people will be there in mode of enjoyment. Let's go and enjoy, and I think it's fine. Hope it's good for everyone, right? Were you able to learn something here in this session? Just type yes if you can, means you will learn something new, right? Thank you, Syed, Ram Kumar, Viresh. Thank you very much. Thank you for your confirmation. Thank you for joining this session. Bye bye. Take care. Santosh, you can ping me, detail IDOC related. The thing is that this is what I'm having the course, or maybe you can search on YouTube also. There also we have the playlist, you can refer that as well. So anything is fine. Okay. So keep on learning. All the best. Thank you. Bye. Wish you a happy new year, everyone.